Hi, Tim Sells here. In this video, I'm going to be talking about I don't know anyone. So you send somebody some information about network marketing, or you talk to them and they say, I can't do it because I don't know anyone to talk to. I don't know anyone who would want to do this. I don't know anyone, that type of thing. All right. And so it's basically nobody to talk to, and it's another self-invalidation. So I've been going through a series of videos here that prevent a person from continuing to look or to doing the business. And I just want to walk through this one. And I don't know anybody, like nobody. Or another one that's very similar to this is I'm not a people person. Okay, so sometimes people say this, maybe they are in manufacturing or maybe they're in construction or something like that, and they're not a people person, right? And I wasn't a people person. Who sits around and builds and defuses bombs? What kind of person does that, right? That's really, when I look back at it, I mean, yeah, it was hoo-yah. Yes, it was like, the blast, no pun intended, or pun intended. But I wasn't a social person. And based upon what I wanted in the future of my life, I wanted a family. I wanted, I'm kicking doors in and going in and looking for bombs and houses and, different things like that. That's not the ideal family man. Okay. So I don't want my wife worrying about that. I don't want my kids worrying about that. And so I wanted to create a new life. I wanted to create a different life. And everybody has that option. And so when I saw a way to get there in network marketing, one of the things that I bumped up against was, I'm not comfortable talking to people. I don't know anybody. I mean, who in the Navy wanted to do skincare? Okay. And so that was my first company. And so I was like, who do I talk to? So anyway, that's just one of those things that is a self-invalidation. All right. So you don't know anybody. Go meet people. All right. So it's really quite simple. And this is for amusement. All right. When I built, there were only 5.2 billion people. Now there's 7 billion people. All right. And so does that make a difference? Yeah, not so much. But in other words, I didn't have to talk to anywhere near that. Today, compared to 1989, at least 1 billion people are accessible. Like, can you just imagine back in 1989 when, where were these people? You could send out postcards in a neighborhood. Today, you're chatting with people in India. You're chatting with people in Hong Kong. You're chatting with people all over the world. And so I have never in my life seen an easier time to build, because it's so easy to communicate with people. Like it's simple. Where I had to do postcards, door hangers, run ads in newspapers, buy a list from a list broker in those times to find the addresses in a neighborhood. And, like I would have to, I'd basically call Atlanta, Georgia. I was in Washington, D.C. I'd call Atlanta, Georgia, put an ad in the newspaper there. I'd talk to them on the telephone. I'd do it in Chicago. And, that's the way that I had to do it. And so you just didn't have access at that time. But it's not the problem. Leads aren't the problem. The problem is that self-invalidation. It doesn't matter if there's 5 billion, 7 billion, 100 billion. It doesn't matter, because the person feels uncomfortable in communication. They feel uncomfortable about going out and talking to people about it. And so that's kind of how you have to solve the problem, because they probably don't know that the simplicity of it is that it's just doing the pipeline. You're just contacting somebody, setting an appointment for them to see a presentation. It might be a video. It might be, you're going to do a Zoom with them or something like that. That's all that it is. And so that is the simplicity of it. So with that, this one was a simple one. I'm just going to go back here. So that if someone really truly doesn't have anyone to talk to, I don't believe it. Right? It's the truth. Okay? Because all you have to do is look around, and there are people everywhere. They may feel uncomfortable in communication. They may feel uncomfortable in sending somebody some information or something like that. But that's not really the primary one. So just wanted you to get a good understanding of that one. It's just somebody is self-invalidating themselves on it, and so you got to work through and find another one, like another way of communicating it to them, because it's not real. So, all right, thank you for watching. You can like it down below, comment. Have you found anybody in that situation who says, I don't know anybody, or I don't have anybody to talk to? How did you handle that? Thank you.